Generic greetings and welcome to Preview plus Space Engineers. This is a sandbox game about engineering, construction and the maintenance of space works. So, small ships, large ships, space stations, etc. This is a game I have been just unbelievably excited for, and I really had to contain my enthusiasm for it until it came out, because otherwise I would just explode with excitement. As soon as it was publicised, as soon as it was, I was made aware that this thing even existed, I had several nerdgasms and I really wanted to check this thing out, which is what I'm doing now. Before we crack on, I have to point out that this game is in Steam Early Access, so it is very early on in development, so the typical disclaimers apply. Nothing you see is final, everything you see is subject to change. Any bugs, lack of polish in places, etc., please attribute it to the early development. So let's go to New World, and we've got a quick start, and that basically just does a quick start of just the sort of standard settings for the map. We can go and look at the other ones later on if we have time. To be termed scientific, a method of inquiry must be based on empirical and measurable evidence subject to specific principles of reasoning. Wikipedia, 2077 apparently. Anyway, this is us. We are a space engineer. This is our avatar. We can walk around and move around. I'll just zoom in and spin it around so you can actually see him. There he is. Look around. Oh, hey, I don't know. We're just a space engineer. Guess sexless, I guess, because, you know, we're just in a spacesuit. We could be anyone inside, like the Pyro from Team Fortress. You will change colours based on when you spawn. I think it's random, so you could be yellow, blue, orange, purple, black, white, whatever. Actually, I don't think it's purple, but you get the idea. Different colours. And I'm guessing once multiplayer is released, which it currently isn't, again, at the time of recording, again, everything I say is accurate as far as I'm aware to now. In a week's time, this could all be changed because it is so early in development, but I believe multiplayer is planned for the future, but that is a long time in the future, and I'm guessing the colours will differentiate each other. Anyway, we can walk around on this platform here. The UI is quite simple, but very effective at conveying the information we need to know. So on the bottom left, you can see it says lights off. I can press L, turn my lights on. There you go. I've got like lights on my space helmet there. Ooh, on the side, very nice. I mean, the graphics are very nice, very nice. It actually runs surprisingly well as well, and you'll see when I say it runs surprisingly well. Well, you may be thinking, well, yeah, they've only drawn like a bit of a space area and a couple of ships. Well, since all that ship there can be constructed, you have to give it a bit of credit. Anyway, we can see that my mass 100 kilograms, my speed, and my energy. I do have the ability. You can see I'm just jumping around. I'm fighting gravity. Gravity is shown on the bottom right. That shows that gravity is right below us. If I look down, you can see the arrow actually changes to point pretty much where the gravity is. You can actually have multiple sources of gravity. If you have a couple of ships with gravity drives, I believe that is a gravity drive. Or is that the gravity drive? That might be the gravity drive. 6. Hang on, let me see. 6. Number 6. Yeah, gravity drive. That's the gravity drive. So that is generating our gravity, that thing there. This thing here. So if I put one up there, I could then have gravity on the side there. At the moment, it is just a sort of sandbox style game, so I can spawn loads of different things. There is going to be 2 different modes as far as I'm aware when the game is obviously developed more. So you'll, I'm guessing, need to mine asteroids and collect resources and build them, etc. And obviously build things over time. And I'm really looking forward to that. But at the moment, it's just sandbox. But anyway, we can walk around and we can jump, etc. We can also activate our jetpack. So we press, whoa, bit of a camera spin there. We can press X, and that activates our little suit here. We can spin around. There we go. We can sort of spin around here. Lovely. Ooh, gets really disorientating. And we can fly around, and this helps us when we're actually building things. There's a couple of spaceships you can see around. There's a big red one, we'll get to that. There's also a blue one over there. And there's some, like, sort of patrol cutters. They remind me of spinners off Blade Runner for some reason. But yeah, that's a ship, as you can see. It's got, well, let's have a quick look, rundown of it. There's a big thruster on the back. We've got some small thrusters on the side. We've got guns, which currently don't work. I think that there is a gyro, which you need to basically have to figure out which way you are up. That is a cockpit. We've got some landing struts underneath. Hang on, let me just go down. Yeah, landing struts so we don't wreck it when we land. And yeah, that's pretty good. That looks alright, doesn't it? Well, we can also just go up to it and press T and get in. Wow, so you can see on the top, bottom right, we have stats for this thing. So our mass, which is 26,000 kilograms, our speed, which is currently 0, but I can thrust left and right. You can see the thrust is activating. There we go. We also have our speed, our power usage, our reactors. So we have 24 gigawatts. We have thrusts. We have basically 17 thrusters. We have 4 gyros, and we have fuel time. Currently, I believe that the fuel is unlimited, but don't quote me on that. Like I say, this is sort of sandbox at the moment. You can see also the power usage goes over what we can actually have. So it's 125.33%. I've actually got up to 300% before when I've just put loads and loads of thrusters on. It just doesn't really go very fast. I'm guessing that once it's developed more, then obviously you can you'll probably be able to alter it somewhere so that, or I'm guessing later on in development it'll be so that you can't really go over your power usage or something. Anyway, like I say, it's really hard to tell because this is very early on in development. But anyway, we can sort of fly around and go along. There's no guns in it. When I press fire, look, it says no weapon selected. Actually, it says no weapon selected, but if I press G, I can actually select these weapons here like that and put them on the toolbar. And then, you know, click, look, there you go. Tool stroke weapon is disabled because they currently just aren't in the game. We can just take that off the toolbar. There we go. I can also press V and go inside the cockpit. Wow. And also look around. Oh my god, look at that. This is good. And we can fly around at first person view now. Oh yes. Right, let's not hit that, because hitting is a thing, right? I can slam into something. I can slam into that, and it will get damaged. It definitely will get damaged. Ooh, okay, let me just go back to the other view, that view there. We can zoom quite far out, and we can also spin around. You can see the sort of scale here, right? You can see the scale we have going. Let me just spin this round. So there. Whoa! It's a bit twitchy. It's a bit twitchy. And we'll go forward. Like so. You can see the sort of scale we have. And it'll just save automatically. I've got auto-saving on. Because I have actually been trying to build things long term. Right, so yeah, you can see the sort of scale. I.e. this is just as big as that thing's drive engine. Yes. There's a couple of options. You can press Y to turn the reactor off, so you will just drift. So if I, for example, thrust this way and then do that and then turn the reactor off, because there's no reaction control systems, there's nothing to try and push us in the opposite direction, we will just keep going and going and going until we hit something. That's a thing. If I put the thrusters back on, it will counteract and put us back into that sort of normal mode. Anyway, I will... oh, and if you jump out while it's going at like that speed, it will just fly off into the distance. Let me spin it back around and go over here and try not to crash into something. We'll leave it probably there, and then we'll get out, and I'm actually standing on the top, and we'll fall off. Oh no, we won't, because there's I've got my jetpack on. If I turn my jetpack off, clunk, we hit in gravity. So that's that little ship there. So that's flying around. Let's have a look at... Now, do I want to have a look at this big ship? Do I want to show you this big ship, or do I want to show you a bit of building? I think I'll show you a bit of building. So if you want to make our own ship, it's quite simple actually. We just go to our G, and this brings up pretty much everything that's in the game at the moment. Like I say, everything is subject to change. Let me just get rid of that, because that is an explosive cube that I actually don't know what it does. It doesn't explode, that's for sure. Or at least I haven't seen it explode. I did try ramming it, it didn't do anything. But anyway, we're going to put an interior light on the toolbar. And there's other things like windows, vertical windows, stairs, etc. But anyway, we need to create like a new starting hull. So I'm going to go to new small ship, and that creates this little cube here. There you go, little cube. And now you think, oh, that's not really a ship. No, it isn't, but we need to build our ship on that. So I'm going to go to number 2. Number 2 is my cockpit. Because this is a small ship, the game automatically detects to use the small cockpit. The large cockpit is like a sort of big monitor chair like that, as you can see. In fact, I might as well place it. I don't need deleted. Left click is to place, right click is to delete. I still have to keep reminding myself of that. Let me just fill this hole. There and there. There we go. But yes, there you go. There's the that's the large one. We'll get rid of that, and get rid of that, and get rid of that one there that I put in, and then we'll fill them holes back up. Anyway, let's switch back to my cockpit, and I'll put a cockpit. I want to put it there. There. Damn it, I keep pressing the wrong button. New small ship. Right, try this again. Try this again. Don't break it. There we go. Right, there we go. So, there's our ship. Don't crash into it, by the way, because it will start drifting off. I can place more blocks by going click, click, click. As you can see, building like a bit of a superstructure. This is our main... it's called light armor block. It's basically armor, hull, basically your generic building blocks, and it transfers power. Everything connected to it will transfer power. So, for example, if I had a block there... and a big line like that, and connect a reactor there. If I put a light there, it will power it, but then if I get rid of that, it will disconnect that light. That's the sort of thing we're going for. I don't know if that's going to be expanded. I would like to see it so that armor blocks are armor blocks, but then you have to route power cables inside them. So you say, right, I want a power cable going this direction, this direction. It means you can create like more complicated power and data routing systems, but you know, we'll see. Again, it's extremely hard to comment on what's going to happen early on. So anyway, we've got our sort of main hull. What I need now is there's a couple of things you need. So I'm going to first place a small reactor. So I'm going to place I think I'm going to probably place 5 of them like that, and then I'm going to place gyros. Gyroscopes. I'll place them on there, and there. I don't know if you need more than one. I honestly don't know this. I've normally just had one. I know that you need one, and I ran through the tutorial and such, and you definitely need one, but I don't know how many you need. Most ships tend to have more than one, and I don't know whether that's a redundancy package, or whether more is more accurate, or allows you to turn better. I don't know. Either way, we've got some on, and that's all that matters. So we need to get some thrusters on now, because at the moment it won't do anything. So what I'm going to do is build up like this, up, and then along like that. Actually, we'll put one more onto the side like that. I think that's about right. And we'll do the same on this side. So one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. And we'll go up. We'll put one there, and probably one there. I wonder what it's like to build in first-person mode. I've never really built in first-person. There we go. That's a little bit easier, actually. Now it's Gary's modish. And Minecraftish, I guess. Well, it's any first-person-ish. There we go. And you can see that we're building like an X. I'm basically following Babylon 5 style Star Fury design, if you actually know what that is. They are probably, for me, the best designed space sci-fi fighters ever. Because they just... they're built so that they would actually work. But anyway, as far as I'm aware. So we have this here. Now we need some thrusters. So we have some thrusters here. I have some small thrusters. I need to spin it round. So you use the group of 6. So the insert, the delete, the home, page up, end, etc. So I'm going to place one there, one there, one there, and one there. And we now have some thrusters. There we go. And now I'm going to place, I'm going to spin it around like so. I'm going to place one there, one there, one there, and then one there. Then we're going to go to this side, and we are going to spin it around a little bit more to, once it auto-saves. I always like to keep auto-save on, because when you're working on something, there's nothing worse than it just disappearing. We're going to put 2, oh, we'll get rid of that one, we'll put one there. And we will also put one over this side as well. When it's orange, it means that it basically, you can see there's like a red. It means that the red's it's going to try to connect to that, and it's orange because it's the wrong so basically wrong rotation. So basically red's where it's going to go. When it's orange, it means it can't be placed. When it goes green, it can be placed, and then we click, and then it goes. So there's the bottom ones there. Then obviously we're going to spin them around like so, and put one on the bottom there, the bottom there. And then we're going to go up to the top. And then, you've guessed it, spin, spin. We're going to put one on there. And then finally, one on there. And then what I want to do is go to G. Get rid of that light because that's not the one I want. And I want to put some reflector lights on. There we go. Go back to pressing G. And then we will go to our main armor block. You can actually create multiple ones. So you can hold shift and click and drag like so. And drag it out like that. Which I like to do, and then I'm going to drag that out to probably just there, actually undo that one, and then we are going to press 8 and then put a light there, and then finally a light there, and then that's our ship in essence. We could do more to it, but that is a small ship. So I'm going to go up to it and then press T when it goes yellow, and we are now inside the ship. So there we go. So we can see our mass is 13,000 kilograms. No speed, no power usage. Oh no, we are using 0.01 power. I'm guessing that's for the lights and the general tick over of the items. We have 20 gigawatts of power and 16 thrusters and 4 gyros. So if I move the mouse, oh, this turns. Oh, this really does turn. It's quite nice. We can spin around. Well, hey, like that. And now we can go forward, which should be very fast. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Now we can live our Babylon 5 sort of, we can live out our Babylon 5 fantasies all we want. There we go. I wish the guns worked. And we can put the lights on. L. Ooh, lights. Actually, can we land in this thing? Should we land in this? Yeah, let's land in this because I'm going to show you this ship now. Are we the right way up? We are the right way up. So let's land. I'm guessing this is a landing bay, and I didn't actually plan this being able to land in here, but you know, we are going to do it. We're going to go in and about there, I think. T, and then we'll come out and then turn off my jetpack, and then we land. There we go. Let me press 0, and that basically gets sort of freehand, so we're not trying to place blocks. But there it is there. Lovely. The problem is if I try to move this ship now, this thing will just slam into it because as far as I'm aware, there's no like docking clamps. Is there a docking clamp? Ladder. Small reactor, large cargo container, antennas, assembler, drill. No, I don't think so. If there is, I don't think it is actually functional. Anyway, let me get back into it, and we'll just reverse it out, and then we're going to drift it off over this side. And just put it about there. I'll do this for now. There we go. We'll get back out. And then we'll fly in here. And then we will turn off our thrusters now. And then we go back into basically gravity mode. And you can see on our right, we've got gravity showing us pointing down. So this is the biggest ship. And this is obviously something that just comes with the map. And look at that. Look at the lighting coming through. We've got lighting on the side of the ship. We've got colours. Oh, that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't colour my other ship. I'll show you colour now, actually, just for sake of ease. If I just switch back to this, a block, I can actually change the colour by using these square brackets. So I'm going to go to green, and then I can, if I want middle mouse, and then that changes that to green, like so. You can, there you go, hold shift, and then press it, and it will do like a big section, and that just colours it green. There you go, and you've got all different colours as well. That's it. I totally forgot about that. Right, let's jump up here and go into this big ship, and that is actually that's a very large reactor, is it? Yeah, I think that's a reactor. You can, does it say reactor? Yeah, nuclear reactor. You can go up to that and press like T. Doesn't do anything yet. I'm guessing, because obviously I can use that, you can see it mousing over the control panel in the door. It actually like highlights it up, and it's sort of context sensitive. But I'm guessing that later on you're going to have to fuel the reactors. You're going to have to mine the ore and minerals for these sort of things, and that would be fantastic. Anyway, let's jump into the ship. So 1,919,508 kilograms, generating 4,536 gigawatts of power. Let's thrust off to the right. There we go, and we will start going. Look at this thing. This is massive. It is huge, and let's not try to crash into my ship. Or shall we try and crash into my ship? Yeah, I'm going to crash into my X-Wing. X-Wing? It's not an X-Wing. It's a Babylon 5 space fighter. And there's a difference. Right, let me crash into that. I want to go down and slam into the side. Oh, you can see some debris. You can see some debris just popping out from the right-hand side there, but because this is it's such a colossal ship, I don't think that it really damaged this thing, but we'll have a look. So we're going to go here, we're going to activate our thrusters, we're going to come back out, so we're in our jetpack mode, and there's my ship, slammed into the front of that. I don't think there's much damage, actually. I don't think there's much damage. You can see it's dented. It has dented the ship. Look, it's all dented in. Things do deform, and yeah, I might as well show. I might as well demonstrate that, about a big crashing ship crashing into another ship. Yeah, you wouldn't want to see that, would you? So I'm not going to do it. No, I think I'll show you that. I think I will show you that indeed. So we will thrust back over a bit to try and get out the way of the wreckage that I. Actually, it's probably stuck in. Oh, there it is. You can see it just on the. Just there. Look, hang on. There we go. You can see the damage that it's caused. Bit of a dent, and I think I've broke the light off my other ship. Oh, right, we've got a blue ship ahead, so I'm just going to power through, turn towards it, and ram straight into the side of it. And I'm also going to spin the camera around to show you exactly what happens. So here we go. We're getting closer. Let's spin the camera around, zoom out, and here we go for the ram. Here we go. Bang! Straight into it. Let me get out and I will show you some damage. Obviously sound effects aren't in the game yet. There's music, you can hear that, so I will have to substitute the sound effects with stupid noises. Wow, look at the damage on that. Look at the colossal chunk I've taken out of that. All this is deformed. All of this section is completely destroyed and deformed. All of this is completely wrecked. Let me got the jetpack on this one, so now I'm on this ship. Yeah, that's damaged. Now I could, if I wanted to, switch to block 1 and, you know, start removing pieces, so I can start removing the pieces like that and all the wrecked bits. which it will do. If I kept ramming this thing, you can actually just cut it off. So, oh, good grief, I'm now into the other ship. It's very Space Hulky at the moment. Look at the deformity. That is excellent. That is awesome. That is awesome how good that is. Let me just jump back onto gravity mode. Yeah, that ship is crashed straight into the side of us. Let's jump into this ship and try and pull our way out so we can show you some more damage. Yeah, let's pull that back out. Actually, we'll go up because otherwise we're going to tear through our own ship here. Come on, lift it up. We'll just spin this round like so. Look at that. What I might do actually. Do I do it? Yeah, I'm going to try and cut this ship in half. I did say you can do it, and I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and cut this ship in half if I can find my way out. Is it this way? Yes, it's this way. The running is a little bit jerky at the moment, but that was, like I say, alpha game is alpha, so sort of to be expected. Let me just get rid of that, and we can come out and turn our jetpack on because you will fall until the gravity basically catches you until it says yeah, you are actually in gravity now. Let me go up and go to forward. You can't go up for some reason and go forward, but I don't know whether is that my keyboard just not being good and Narco being rubbish. I don't know. Anyway, let me go and go down here, and we're going to run through here, and we should be okay. Let's do another ram, see if we can break this thing in half. Let's press T. Let's back up. We're basically going to line up, and we're going to try and shear it off through the center here, which is entirely possible. That's a lot of thrust I've used there. There we go. We'll spin this thing around. And there we go. I hope when this gets developed more that things like life support will be an issue. So you will have to... Basically, one of my favourite games ever is Gary's Mod Space Build. Having to build a ship from scratch, design it, build it, gather all of the oxygen, the water, the power for your ship, etc., the cooling, building all of that and getting to other planets is excellent. So if that's something that is implemented into this, even if you don't go to other planets, even if it's just a case you build ships, I will be extremely happy. If we could ever go to other planets and such, that would be fantastic. Anyway, let's see what happens when we slam this ship into this one. Here we go. Slam it in. Bosh! Come on, come on, come on, come on! I think we're there. There it goes! And the front section has now fallen off completely. And we can probably thrust around and push that. Completely accurate Newtonian physics, although to be fair, that thing is actually thrusting against me if you look. To try and keep itself in like a stable rotation. Good grief. That is awesome. That is fantastic. I mean, look at all this. Look at all the lighting inside the ship as well. These little lights. We can get rid of them if we wanted to. We can just pop them out. So I can just go to... hang on. And like, just pop the light out. Oh, and it starts getting dark. Oh, there we go. But anyway, let's go and look at this damaged ship. Let's press our jetpack and we'll jetpack out. And we will go up. And you can see that ship is completely sheared off. It's completely sheared off. This is the other section here. Let's jump on it. Now, if I activate gravity, because gravity is technically coming from that ship, because this hasn't got one, I'm going to fall a stupid way. Way! This is the way it says gravity is, apparently. I guess it sort of makes sense. But, yeah. Oh, good grief. I'm just realised that I'm falling down here. Way! There we go. And I'm now stuck in here. You get the idea. This has got some very, very nice sort of deformation. It's got very nice physics, very nice damage model, etc. And it's very early on in development. We can build bigger ships, so it is possible to do. We can go to G and then create a new large ship, which is similar to the... Basically, it's just a different scale. So instead of having really small blocks, like that's a standard large ship. And hang on, if I've got a G, a new small ship, that's a standard small ship. And as I said, you can bump into them and they'll do that. We'll get rid of that. But yeah, that's a large ship. It's just on a different scale. Obviously, they'll be able to mount bigger weapons, bigger engines, etc. They're just generally bigger, and obviously you can walk around them, whereas small ships tend to be little runabouts. You can also create a new station. The difference with a station is that it doesn't move. So you can see I'm bumping into it. Nothing is happening. It is a new station. Actually, is it a new ship? New large ship, the same size block? It is. But these are classed as two separate entities. So look, that station, I can't push it. This ship one, I really can't either, because it's far too big. But yes, the station one doesn't move. You can't move the station one when you spawn it. But yeah, this game, Space Engineers, I really think this is one of the best games I've played this year, and it's in early alpha. I think it's fantastic, even in its current form. It's I'm sort of speechless how much I enjoy this game. It's just the fact that it's so early on development staggers me. That there's other games that obviously have basically wanted to do something like this. Obviously, the ones that I can think off heart are Blockade Runner. For obviously, it does have a lot of things that Blockade Runner features, as well as plans to implement at some point, whenever that point is, I don't know. Scrumble Ship as well, which is, I don't know, if quite often forgotten, but yes, Scrumble Ship has a lot of features in that obviously this game has, and Star Maid, which I haven't actually played for any great amount of time, but yeah, this is fantastic. This is the game I've been wanting to play for a long time. Like I said, Garry's Mod Space Build is one of my all-time favourite games, or game modes I guess you call it, but Garry's Mod in general is generally my all-time favourite game, one of my all-time favourite games. It's just so amusing, you can just spend so much hours there, but having to build a ship, you know, I find all the resources to do it and stuff, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking to the sort of creative so is it what do you call it, creative mode? No, creative mode's the one we're in now. The sort of survival mode where we're going to have to slowly build the panels, slowly build the armor, have to find resources for this. As you can see, there's loads of asteroids around. There's different colors on the asteroids. So there was one over there, look, you see it's like got a blue bit, and there's some like sort of like rusty color over there. I'm guessing they're different resources. Having to like mine areas to get the resources, having to build all this, making factories, assembly lines for all this sort of stuff would be fantastic. I don't know if planets are going to be a thing. I really think, I'm guessing it's going to be probably outside the scope, but because it's in so early alpha, so early on development, I really couldn't say. Either way, what I've seen I like, and I would highly recommend you check this out if you're into this sort of thing. When multiplayer is implemented into this, I think it could become a massive thing, and I can see a lot of people making things. I mean, I've already seen some single player stuff that people have made, and it looks awesome. So, Space Engineers, I think it is fantastic. It may not sound like it. I'm trying to sort of hold back my enthusiasm, because otherwise I'd be like, just be totally giddy about it, because no, this is amazing. Oh, and there's a bit that my ship that's just floating off. Literally, it's just floating off. This game is awesome. Seriously, check it out. Links are in the description. I really cannot see what... I really can't... wait to see what they're going to do later on in development. Hopefully, we get more of the same. Yes, hopefully. This year's turned out to be quite a good set of releases, actually. First RimWorld, and now this, and you know, the last couple of weeks has been quite good to me, actually. But anyway, links in the description to check it out. Like I say, I recommend you check it out if you like this sort of game. So, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. I'll turn gravity off and we'll just fall.